There we go. Cool. Okay, let's get going. So we're going to start sitting on a chair. Equipment. All right, so let's begin. So first thing, how to sit on a chair. This always sounds a bit ridiculous when I say this, but it will make sense, I hope. So this is all in relation to sitting really beautifully so that your spine is wonderfully aligned. So what I want you to do first of all is lean forwards, have your hands here, so you're tipping forwards, and then wiggle your hips back, wiggle your bottom back as far back as you can. And then roll your shoulders back, sit up, and the chairs that we have here, you can lean nicely into them. And then checking your foot position. So you want to have your feet hip width apart with your toes facing forwards. And you're all looking beautifully. So your knees above ankles, hands onto your thighs. So your elbows are dropping down towards your hips, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Chin tucks in, lift up through the top of your head. So it kind of feels a bit like you're sitting bolt upright, but by doing this, rather than slouching and sitting forwards and leaning a little into the chair in the incorrect position, you can kind of scrunch up here and overextend the lower back. So coming forwards like so, wiggling the hips back and then rolling the shoulders back, sitting up, you're able to maintain length in front and the back of the spine. So we'll just close the eyes and settle in position, feeling the weight into the feet, into your seat, and then lift up through the top of your head. Your elbows dropping down. And just notice your breath, rise and fall, rise and fall. So now as you breathe out, you're going to bring some strength to your exhale. So you're using your abdominal muscles to press your breath out. So you do a big force, big press, draw your abdominal muscles in, and you can squeeze your bottom, your glutes, and pull up through your pelvic floor as well. So these are the shoring up muscles, the holding, squeezing in to help support your lower back. And then relax on your inhale, let those muscles go. You feel yourself sink down a little bit. And then go again, exhale, squeeze, press in and up. And then inhale, relax and release. You should feel yourself lifting and lowering. Go again, one more. Squeeze, 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 exhale. And inhale, release. Okay, so open your eyes, give your toes a little bit of a wiggle, bring some warmth to them, wiggle your fingers, and we'll do some shoulder rolls. So you're always going forwards, up, and then pull back and down. So going in that direction, that eventually, as the shoulders pull back and down, we'll pause there. But let's keep going with the rounding to get some warmth going in the shoulder joints. And you can time this with your breathing. So as you breathe in, you draw the shoulders forwards and up. And as you breathe out, you pull back and down. Inhale, forwards and up. Exhale, pull back and down. And again. And then with this last one, forwards, up, pull back and down. Elbows drop down by your side and keep the shoulder blades pulling back towards the spine so you're able to open the heart. Lean into the back of your chair, chin tucks in, lift up through the top of your head. And just notice how you feel. So you're really active through the upper back, mid back. Draw your abdominal muscles in to hold you here. Should feel like it's not really hard work, but you can feel that you're doing something. And then relax and let go. Okay, shuffle yourself forward slightly so you can't lean into the back of the chair. And then again, you're aiming to get your toes facing forwards, your feet hip width apart, and your ankles underneath your knees, hands onto your thighs. And see if you can do all of that without the leaning into the back of the chair. So you're rolling the shoulders back, drawing your abdominal muscles in, lift up through the top of the head, chin tucking in. Okay, bring your arms down by your side, and as you breathe in, sweep your arms up and away. Exhale, float them down. Breathing in, sweeping up and away. Exhale, float all the way down. So as you're moving, can you feel the efforts needed in the shoulders and the back just to lift an arm? And again, breathing in, sweeping out. Feel the shoulder blades lift, and now we'll hold here. So you can either keep the arms straight up, lift up here, or hold at the elbows and pull up. Scrunch your shoulders up towards your ears, so you squeeze them tight, and then drop them down. You're still reaching up, holding elbows or reaching high, but shoulders pulling down. And then reach your arms all the way around and down and hold towards the back of your chair, maybe holding like the chairs that we've got here, holding the leg, and slide your fingers down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Abs engaged. And then relax. Hands come into front prayer position. Interlace your fingers and push your palms away. Tuck your chin in and stretch the mid back. So you're trying to push your hands as if you're pressing into the wall in front of you and pushing your mid back of the heart in the opposite direction, forming this like a heap. And then bring your palms up towards the ceiling. Abs engaged, press away, lift. And then slide your fingers apart. And I don't mind which hand you bring down, but bring one down, leave the other one in the air. So you can just have your hands dangling, or if you can reach the leg of the chair, you can hold the leg of the chair. Reach up with the arm you have in the air, and then lean over, sliding your hand further down the chair leg or just into that space beneath you. And feel that opening through your side. With all these muscles down through your side. Hold. And then relax slightly and just soften the sensations. Breathing in, come all the way up. And then exhale, lower the arm down. Same on the other side. So breathe in, lengthen, lift. Exhale, slide over. Try to keep your weight in the hip that you're reaching out of, so you don't lift your bottom off your chair seat, press it down. Slide down, breathing into your side. And inhale, come all the way up. Release the arm down. Okay, so look at your thighs, look at the knees, and just check your knees are level. Now we're going to twist to the side. So you're going to bring your right hand to the outside of your left leg, and then bring your left hand behind you. Again, holding the back of the chair or the chair leg, squeeze round. And now have a look back at your knees and check your knees are still level. sometimes when we twist the side, one will come forwards. So you need to keep them as level as you can. Shoulders drawing back and down. Turn and look around. As you breathe in, lift up through the top of the head. And as you breathe out, squeeze further round, drawing the left shoulder back. That's it. That's it. So have a little look back at your knees, check they're still in alignment. Can you go further round? And use an inhale to come out and soften back to the front. And then we go the other way. So right hand around, holding the back of the chair or the chair leg, left hand onto the outside of the right. So you're going into diagonal, that's it. Pull the right shoulder round. Maybe look behind you as well if it feels okay for your neck. Are the knees still level in the front? So just look back over your shoulder, check the knees are aligned. Look good. Staying in this position, breathing in and lift a little higher. Breathing out, twist a little deeper. Breathing in, lift, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze, twist a little deeper. And inhale, come all the way back to center. The last thing on the chair, so you can have your hands on your thighs and come into cat pose sitting. So you're going to round, squeeze, feel that stretch through the back, and then roll your shoulders back, heart open, take a big breath in. Exhale, round, tucking under, head drops down. Inhale, heart open, lift up. Exhale, round, tuck under, head down, feel the stretch through your back. Inhale, opening, feel the stretch through the front of your body. Just feeling that flexion and extension of the spine. So traditionally, cat pose is done on all fours, and if you have time, we might do that shortly. But then you've kind of got other things to think about, like sometimes it can feel tight in the wrists and the shoulders, or you can feel uncomfortable through the knees with this. So doing it sitting like so, you can really focus on the flexibility of the spine, flexing and extending, rolling and heart open, rolling around, tuck under, and inhale, open. One more. And then come back to it in neutral position. Okay, so just stay as you are, just watch me. Change the position of the chair. So we're going to come into child pose over the chair. Some of you have done this before with me. So you get your knees really close to the side of the chair, and then you pull yourself up and over, and then dangle your head down, dangle your arms down. And then from there, you then walk your knees in a little bit. So if, like me, the chair's a bit high and you need some padding underneath the knees to bring the floor up, you could use a yoga block, or you could just use a cushion or a blanket, and you do so like so. And then we're going to rest here. So it's a nice stretch from the back. Okay, so get yourself organized. Those of you at home, if you've got a very hard chair, you could put a blanket over your chair so it's more comfortable to fold over. So the first thing to do is to walk your knees as close as you can in, and then you've got your hips really close to the side of the chair, and then pull yourself forward, stretching over the chair, and then dangle your arms down. So it doesn't suit everybody to just let the head drop and hang down. So have a go, see how that feels. You can always just keep it lifted in the air, slightly chin tucked in. And then the next key thing to stretch the lower back is to start to bring your knees forward a little bit. So you just tuck them in. I'm just probably moving mine an inch at a time. And because we're using this equipment, these chairs today, you kind of trust in the support and just let yourself relax down into the support. The knees tucking in maybe a little more, head drops down. Feel the stretch through your back. And then maybe tuck the knees in a little more. And then to come out of this, you walk your knees back, hands underneath your shoulders, underneath your chest, and then straighten your arms to lift your chest and walk off your supports if you're using them. Okay, so just pop the chair out of the way. We're going to, might use them again in a bit, so they're out the way, and just slide it out the way. And then come onto all fours on your mat. Put some padding under your knees if you need it. So our wonderful wrists, our hard-working hands, you want to spread your fingers as wide as you can. So really, really open them up super wide. Hands are underneath the shoulders. And do a bit of rocking backwards and forwards just to ease into the wrists and feel that weight transfer into the fingers as you rock forwards. A few of those. And then turn your hands out so your fingers are pointing to the outside edge of your mat. And rock to the right and rock to the left. And then that might be enough for you. Some people are able to spiral the hands further around so that your fingers pointing towards your knees. And then you rock back and you rock forwards. Rock back, rock forwards. Just do as much as you can. It's quite tough. Oh. And then to convert, yeah. Okay, so spin them back round to what is normal. And then turn them so that they're facing each other. And this enables your elbows to go out to the side when you drop your chest down. So we're coming into cat pose as we've just done on the chair with that rounding. But then, if you want to, you drop your bottom back towards your heels, stretching the back as we just did on the chair, and then inhale, nose to hands, and press yourself up. So this is a more moving cat position, involving more with the hips and shoulders, as I'm sure you can feel. So if you don't want to do it like that, then you just turn your hands back so that the fingers are facing towards the short edge of the mat, and you can just come into cat like so. Good. Bottom back towards your heels, elbows out to the side, nose to hands, and come up hollow. Exhale, round. Stretch your hips back. Inhale, come forwards and up. Okay, one more. And then return the hands back to facing forwards. The next progression on from cat is a tiger, a little bit more fierceness and more fire needed. So you're going to bring the right leg straight out behind you and bring the left arm and extend it out in front. So you're stretching on the diagonal. Lengthen. Exhale, bring the elbow, the knee, and the head and curl them up and in. So you're breathing in, lengthen, and breathing out, squeeze in. Inhale, extending, exhale, squeeze in. If you get a bit wobbly, then you could just work with the leg on its own. So just the leg on its own if the arm's too much. Okay, let's do the other side. Left leg, right arm. Inhale, lengthen, stretch on the diagonal, that's it. Exhale, curl up, squeeze in. Maybe start and just do a few with your leg. And then when you've got the hang of that, you release the arm and that joins in. Two more. And then back onto all fours. Okay, just to get your brains in gear, we're going to add on something else. So just watch me. Right leg, left arm, and curl up. So that's what we've just done. Then we're adding on, same arm, same leg, but this time the arm sweeps down and the right leg comes up to the side. So you breathe in, breathe out, curl in. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, come down and up. Okay, I'll do it the other way so you get the idea with the leg. So you're bringing the leg up as high as you can, or just out to the side. In, so join in when you're ready. Open inhale, exhale, curl up and in. Open inhale, exhale, sweep the arm down, draw the leg up. Or you just do the leg on its own. Open, in, lengthen, hook it round. Lengthen, curl in. Lengthen, hook it round. Probably going a bit fast. Hey, good, good, good. Brilliant. Okay, let's do the other side, see how we go. Okay, so left leg, right arm, or just the left leg. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale, squeeze in. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale, sweep the arm down, hook the leg up. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale, curl up. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale, sweep the arm down, knee up. Open. In. Diagonal, stretch to the side. Open. In. Lengthen round the side. Well done. Last one. And then rest back in child pose. So in child pose, you're folding all the way forwards. You can pop your forehead down on your hands, on your fists. We curl up. Resting quietly, letting your breath and your heart rate slow, and just notice the feelings, the sensations from tiger and that new variation. Okay, so start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, deepen your breathing. And when you're ready, we're going to come up to standing. So from here, you could just come up into downward facing dog, or you could walk your hands back to your knees, roll over your toes, do a little squat, and watch your blood pressure as you come up. Slowly lift. Might want to take your socks off so you don't slip for the standing poses. Get mine off. Okay. So don't mind which way you stand. Mountain pose. So alignment with your feet again. So you want to have your toes facing forwards. Roll your shoulders back. Fire up the quads. Squeezing your glutes. Drawing your abdominal muscles in. Arms down by your side. Chin tucks in. Standing tall. And now completely relax, just let everything soften and feel yourself sink down, and then stand tall again. So drawing up from the feet, lift the arches, your quads, abdominal muscles, shoulders pull back and down, just as we were doing when we were sitting and we were holding the chair leg and we were squeezing the shoulders together. Roll your hands out so your thumbs point out behind you, pressing down through your feet, lift up. Really push into the ground with your feet, lengthen and lift up. And then imagine you're climbing a ladder. So you're going to stretch more through the right side and more through the left. Reach through the right, reach through the left. Stretch. And feel your weight shifting from side to side. Feel your breath shifting from side to side. Again, lovely, reach, reach. Last one. Arms straight down. Roll the arms and shake out, shake out. Okay, coming up again this time. If it feels okay, you have your hands together, interlace your fingers, extend up. Lift up, tailbone tucks under, so not kind of dipping, sticking the bottom out. And then push your hips in one direction, shoulders go the other way. If that's too much for your shoulders, remember you can have your arms stand by your side instead, pressing the hips over. And we'll go the other way. Breathing in, lift, breathing out, press the hips over. Maybe here, holding bottom hand, holding top wrist and pulling, or grasping the hands and lift and extending over that one side. Good. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, float the arms down. Just roll the shoulders and again, shake, shake. Okay, breathing in, come all the way up again. Exactly the same pose, but this time, if you feel stable enough, bring your legs together so that there's no gap. Press the hips over, shoulders over, arms over. Bottom hand holds the top wrist. Give it a gentle pull. And now soften in the shape that you've made. So just softening the shoulders. Let your breath drop into the lower abdomen. Maybe draw the top arm back a little further if your shoulders, that's it, lovely. And then breathing in, come up, lengthen. And we go the other way. Push the hips over. Bottom hand holds the top wrist. So you get yourself into the position and then soften the shoulders, relax the tightening, the holding. Maybe you draw the top arm back a little further if you can. Good. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release. We'll give the shoulders and arms a break. Shake, release, shake, release. Okay, so keeping the legs together, I'll just turn to the side so you can see. Arms down by your side. Bend your knees, maybe just a little. Hands onto your hips. Tuck your tailbone under, abs engaged. And then if it feels okay for the arms and shoulders, you draw your arms up. Lift your toes a little. Stretch them and then place them back down again. And then see if you can sink your hips further down, knees going forward. So you should feel this in the quads. Try and keep the legs together. If your arms are getting tired, you've done a lot already, then hands stay on your hips. Maybe you sink even further down. And press through the heels, come all the way up. Take a big breath in. Exhale, release down. Okay, and again, hands onto your hips, knees go forwards, abdominal muscles engaged. Hands can stay here or sweep your arms up, drop your shoulders down, extend your fingers away, and then maybe sit a little lower. Knees going forwards, hips sitting on a little stool behind you. Fantastic. Breathing in, come all the way up, lengthen, and then exhale, float your arms all the way down. Okay, so we'll come back to that pose shortly. You're now going to need a bit of wall space. I'll show you what we're doing. So we're doing a pose called Trikonasana, like so, but we're using the wall. So the first thing we're doing is pushing your heel into the wall. I'm going to have my mat right up against the wall. And just check you can see on the camera. Yeah. So I'm going to press the heel into the wall and then step the other leg out wide. Toes turning it towards the short edge of the mat. Okay, so the foot that's on the wall, on the skirting board, you want to really press your heel in, so there's full contact. That's it, not all the way up, Heather, down a bit. Yeah, that's it, that's it. Yeah, no, that's fine. Just as you've got something to push into. So hands onto your hips, facing the long edge of the mat. Can't quite see you, Anne. Leg a bit wider, Anne. So that's it, that's it. And then your foot that's closest into the middle of the room, away from the skirting board, you turn your toes out to the short edge of the mat. So make sure your hands are still on your hips, so your hips and your shoulders are square. And then bring your arms straight up in front of you. Lengthen and lift. Take a big breath in, reach higher. And then pushing into the skirting board, you then start to tip over your straight leg. You bring your hand down and then reach the other one up. Keep pushing into the skirting board so you really feel the strength in your leg. Good. Then inhale, come all the way up. Draw your arms up and away. Exhale, hands to your heart. So of course, we can do that with the other leg. So just turn yourself around. Get your heel on the skirting board, legs wide. And turn and point your toes of the leg that's out from the wall. So it's pointing towards the short edge of your mat. Then bring your hands onto your hips. That's it. So your hips and shoulders are square. Tuck your tailbone under, pressing that foot into the skirting board. Arms come down, fingers point towards the floor. And then sweep your arms up. Reach away. That's it. Stretch, high, perfect. Keeping this length. Push into the skirting board and then over you go. Your bottom hand then finds the bottom leg and you reach your top arm up straight out of the shoulder. If it's tough on the shoulder, then hands on your hip. Keep pushing into the skirting board. Reaching with the top arm. Bending the front knee a little bit, bringing the arms up, stretch up and away. And then exhale, hands return to your heart and step away from the wall. Okay, so now we are leaning into the wall with the hands. So if you just watch me first of all, so I'm turning my toes now to face the skirting board or wall, hips square. Inhale, lift, and then exhale, tip over sideways and find the wall. So you need to kind of get yourself into position so you know you can find the wall with your feet, and then you can bring the top arm, so you're pushing the bottom arm into the wall to bring that pressure into the back foot to create lots of length in the upper body. Top arm can stretch away, hand on the back of the head or hands on your hip. Okay, so this is an amazing stretch through the front of the body and gives loads of length through your spine. Breathing in, arms up, pressing through the foot, the back foot as if it was on the skirting board still. Reach high. Exhale, tip over till your bottom hand finds the wall. Even if it's just your fingertips, that's all I can reach for. And then I push my fingertips into the wall, and that presses your weight back into the outside edge of that back foot, strengthen the leg. Maybe the top arm just is over here dangling, that's fine, reach away, or hands on your hip. Keep pushing into the back foot and pressing into the wall. Lovely. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Well done. Turn around, other way. So you face the other way, but toes are pointing towards the skirting board and wall. Inhale, sweep your arms up in front of you. Lengthen, lift up through your fingertips. And then exhale, tip over, reaching the bottom hand towards the wall. So this is, I'm stretching over and out on my left side, which is my tighter side. So I need to shuffle my right foot closer towards the wall to be able to reach it. So maybe you feel a difference here as well. It might be easier or harder for you. Reach the right arm away, push through the left foot, stretch. Trying to keep both legs straight. And then breathing in, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, walking your feet in, and we'll return back to fist pose. So legs together, to all that spreading and opening, we're drawing in. So legs together, arms down by your side, squeeze at the ankles, squeeze at the inner thighs. Bend your knees, tailbone tucks under, sitting low. Sweep your arms up if you want to, or hands can be on your hips. Abs engaged, pulling them back and up and in towards the spine. And then bring your hands to your heart and straighten the legs. Maybe this time, we're doing shaking the arms, maybe shake the legs as well. We've been working hard, shake, shake. And we do it again. Feet together. Arms down by your side. Bend the knees. Sweep your arms up. Sit low. And then straighten and feel that wonderful release. And again, maybe shake the arms, And kick the legs out, shake, shake, shake. So now on to a couple of balances. The balances are great for awareness and building strength and focus. So we'll start with tree pose. So you might want to look out the window and find a tree to look at. So you are, when you're ready, just leaning into one leg, picking up the other foot, hands onto your hips, maybe turning your knee out to the side, or you could just stack one foot on top of the other. And then find something to look at that's not swaying around. So you can look out of the window, look at a tree, or maybe looking down towards a mark on the floor, or you could look up at a point on the ceiling. You could try bringing your hands to your heart. And you could try raising your arms. The leg that's holding and supporting you, when you push down into the foot, fire up your bottom, your glutes on that side, and squeeze the thigh. Can you lift a little higher through the top of the head or the raised arm? Doesn't matter if you wobble, you can just lift the leg again. Good, and then exhale, float all the way down. Ease out the ankle and shake the leg of that standing leg. And we'll do the other side. So transfer your weight over. Start with your hands on your hips. And then lifting up the other foot. Maybe turn the knee out, tailbone tucks under, maybe raising the leg a little higher. Hands onto the hips. Pressing firmly, evenly down into the foot. Quad, glutes firing up with that standing leg. Then maybe change the hand position, arm up, away, or hands can stay on your hips. Find the strength in your standing leg. Good. Well done. Release down. Shake out the leg. Never mind. Okay, so you might want some wall space again. I'll show you what we're doing. Feet hip width apart, pressing the hips back and bringing your arms up along the wall. So it's a version of downward facing dog. So you're not leaning and pushing into the wall, but using the wall to stretch and get length through the spine. We'll do that for a few breaths, and then we'll come up, release the shoulders, and then we're going to come down again, pressing the hips back, and then raising a leg, pressing out through the heel. And then we're going to have a go without the wall. Okay, so standing about 2 or 3 feet away from the wall, pop your hands onto your hips. Start to tip forwards, and then bring your arms up the wall and go at a wide V shape with your arms. So they're spread wide and you've just got your fingertips touching the wall. Tuck your tailbone under, pull your abdominal muscles up towards your spine. Press your weight back into your heels and stretch your fingers at the wall. That's it, perfect. Okay, come on out. Hands back onto the hips. Now we do the leg lift. Lengthen, fold, fingers at the wall. Tailbone tucks under, reach the fingers high, abs engaged. Now lean and press into the left foot and bring the right leg out behind you, pushing through the right heel. Feel the length through the right leg. Extend, stretching the fingers up and away. Press out through, that's it, lovely. Lower the leg down. Switch sides. Lean into right. Left finger stretching away. Push out through left. Feel the length all the way through that left leg. Push out through the heel. So you're really active through the back foot. And then release the foot down and lift the chest, hands away from the wall. So you're very welcome to do that again, or step further away from the wall. And we're going to come into a version called Warrior 3. So you're drawing your arms up, reaching forwards as if you're touching the wall, and then sweep your leg out behind you, just as we did, pressing through the heel, lengthen. So you can go down further, 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 until you're roughly parallel with the floor, or just tip a little away. Okay, off we go. Lengthen. Right leg tips out behind you as your fingers tip forwards. Pushing out through the heel, lengthen through your fingertips. If it's too much to raise the arms as well, hands can be on your hips. And then to come out, lift the chest, bring your arms down, and draw your knee into your chest and give it a squeeze. Drop the right leg down, same on the left. That was very good. Okay, so hands onto your hips, sweep your arms up, and then tip forward, keep that length up through your fingertips, start to tip, pushing out through the left heel. And maybe just stay on that diagonal plane. Remember, the wall's always there if you need it. Maybe hands on your hips, extend out through the top of the head, and raise the left leg out behind you, pressing out through the heel. Another version, which can sometimes help with your balance, is to have your arms down. So the fingers just dangle as the leg is raised out behind. And then coming up or back down with the leg, up with the chest, and shake out your legs. Well done. Okay, so let's come down onto the floor. So bring yourself down, maybe bring some socks with you so you can keep your feet warm. And then lying down, feet hip width apart. Roll your spine down, arms down by your side. And then just gonna rock your knees, left, right, just rocking. So the weight of your legs as they rock massages into your lower back and the back of the pelvis. Now bring your arms further out to the side, or you might want to pop your hands behind your head, elbows out to the side. And you're dropping your knees over on the exhale to one direction, maybe all the way to the floor. And breathing in, bring them back up to center. Breathing out, drop them the other way. Breathing in, come back to the center. Breathing out, drop them over. Inhale, come back to center. Keep going. I'm finishing now, so I'm finishing on my right side as I started on my left. Go the other if you started on the other side. Come back to center and bring both knees into your chest. This is really lovely to stretch the glutes and stretch your back. Hold, hug, tuck in. And then from here, we're going to take some rest. So if you want to, you could slide the chair underneath your calves. So you bring it right in and you pop your legs on the chair and let your arms unfold. And then you can slide a blanket over yourself. So you could take some rest like so. If you don't want to use the chair, whoop, then you can have the soles of your feet on the floor, knees down towards each other and arms open. Just spend some time getting yourself warm and comfortable. So from all that movement, we now move to stillness. Resting and letting go. Where your eyes are closed, just let your eyelids lightly touch. And where your lips are closed, just let the lips lightly touch. Relax your tongue and your mouth. Let it feel slightly wider, slightly longer, softer. Let your shoulders feel that they are supported by your mat and let them spread wider and drop away from the ears. Feel the comfort and support of the mat beneath the whole of your back so that you can allow the whole of your spine to be resting down into the earth. Bring your focus to your hands, palms of your hands and in between the fingers. And have a softness to the palms of the hands and the fingers. Bring your attention to the soles of your feet, wherever they are, up the wall or down on the floor or resting on a chair. Soles of the feet soft and the gaps in between the toes have a softness to them. And then notice your breath coming in and leaving. No needs to control or stimulate it or over breathe. Just let your breath be and just notice the breath coming in and going out. Coming in, going out. Where else in your body can you let any holding go, any tension go? Maybe the shoulders can soften a little more. Maybe your back can release a little more. The bottom, the calves, the hands, the face. Come back to that held attention on your breath. And then start to deepen your breathing. Breath in, breath out. So those of you at home, if you want to stay in your wonderful warm spaces for a little longer, you do. Otherwise, those of you in the room with me, when you're ready to, just waking yourself up with some bigger movements. And coming up to sitting when you're ready. Bring your hands to your heart. And take a big breath in. Reach your arms up and away. And exhale. Just bring your hands back down to your heart. And bow forwards, forehead to your fingertips. And rise, inhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, those of you at home. So you can stop this recording. Yeah.